So it's been a week to the day since we all did our patriotic duty and went out and voted. Not one state is at 100% count. Is that normal? No, but it's not unusual. Let's get into it. Now we have here, no matter what state I roll over, and this is from these sources, the Associated Press, not one state, not one, is at 100% count. Now, this is unusual that Alaska's been at 58% for at least 3 days. But that's neither here nor there. You know, Ohio, Pennsylvania's 99, New York, 79. No matter where you go on this map, of course, at the time of this recording, no state is 100%. None of them. They're all at most 99%. Now, what's the problem here? We have our president are vested in the legislature. They just ignored the Constitution. No, they didn't. And he's talking about Pennsylvania that, oh, the votes, the counting needs to stop. Because, like right here on November 6th, you put, where are the missing military ballots in Georgia? What happened to them? They were counted. And as more come in, they'll count them. Unless you want them to stop. And just because somebody's a member of the military doesn't mean that every one of them is going to be voting for you. Reality check promises a court fight over Pennsylvania absentee votes. He wants 410,000 votes because they came in late, not to be counted. Well, in many states, including the one I'm in, as long as, and I'll show you, like, here's the voting schedule. All right. It starts way back here in September from military and overseas absentee voting begins. Starts way back in September. Goes through October. Now, the deadline is Monday. You must drop off your absentee ballot at the Board of Elections office, your local Board of Elections office. Now, this is when the counting starts. Ohio does not count its ballots ahead of time. So, as long as the last day for boards to receive mail-in ballots that have been postmarked on or before November 2nd. So in my state, as long as I mail the ballot and it's postmarked by Monday, November 2nd, if they receive it on the 11th, it's going to be counted. If it's received on the 13th, it's going to be counted. Now, if it's received on after this Friday here, the 13th, then no, it's not going to be counted. But as long as it's postmarked before November 2nd, or on November 2nd, or before, it's going to get counted. That's the way this country works. In every state, it's a little different. So in PA, Board of Elections set aside should not open or count any of the following: ballots containing a postmark that is after November 3rd. Okay. Ballots, whenever postmarked, received by mail after 5 p.m. on Friday, November 6th. So they're a little bit more restrictive. What they're saying is that as long as your ballot was postmarked on or before November 3rd, it has to be received before Friday, November 6th. So as long if you mailed it Monday or Tuesday, that as long as they receive it before Friday, they're going to count it. I don't see the problem there, considering on Monday, as long as it's postmarked on Monday the 2nd, look how long they have to receive it, till the 13th. So I don't see the problem here. What I am seeing, though, is that it looks like they're trying to invalidate legal ballots. Am I not seeing? It's like I say, it's similar to what many other states do. It's not unconstitutional. Otherwise, other states wouldn't be doing it. You know, you want to talk about frivolous lawsuit. Here's one. He wants to waste his money on this. That's fine. Or the RNC wants to waste their money on it. That's perfectly fine. I don't think it's going to get anywhere. And that's proper. Think about it. If Trump were to win that suit, then every state, they would have had to receive your ballot by Tuesday. But apparently, his tactic of putting somebody in to oversee the post office, who has no idea how the post office is run, who had sorting machines removed to cause these massive delays, didn't work. It didn't work. So tell me, who's trying to create a fraudulent election? It just didn't work. Like I say, if Trump and or the RNC wants to waste their money on this, that's fine. But what I find a little disturbing is these people, like the quartering here. What's wrong with wanting a fair and legal election? It's what we have. It was okay in 2016, right? Why not now? This is absolutely mind-blowing. Watching the same people who peddled Russian interference in 2016 election nonstop for the past 4 years, because it was proven that Russia interfered with our elections. That's proven. Not an allegation, proof. But there's no, there is possible ways that to have election fraud now. We know that's, but it's not this huge amount that's being claimed. And that's where we're at. As I said, go right here. None of the states are at 100%. To say that 410,000 people illegally voted in Pennsylvania, that's not a thing. But let's just say PA, okay, we'll just make it red. Well, guess what? Biden still wins. Georgia would have to flip. Biden still wins. And one other state would have to flip. So Georgia and PA would have to go back to being red. And one other state would also have to flip back to red. Which I don't see that happening. Now, what that sets up is the Electoral College vote. Now, I've had people tell me, and I discussed this in a previous video, I'll try and put the thing here, about the Electoral College, how a faithless elector isn't possible anymore. Well, no, it's still possible. It's just that if an elector doesn't vote the way the state popular vote says that they want them to vote, then the state can levy a fine against that elector. They're known as faithless electors. If we end up with this map the way this is, all they need is one elector to be faithless. Just one elector to go from blue to red. And it will be a different result then. If voting was something new, I could understand the need to put more checks and balances in place. Voting isn't anything new. Voting by mail is nothing new. This wasn't invented 4 years ago or 8 years ago. This is absolutely not a new thing. There are checks and balances in our election system to ensure the integrity of it. The only time that I would have an issue where fraud could be really exploited is in any state that does not have a paper backup, where all their voting is strictly electronic and there is no paper that can be seen or checked to make sure that this is the way this person wanted to vote. As I said, I voted by mail this year. And I got to tell you, it was great. I'll probably do it again. They sent me an absentee ballot request form. I filled it out. Now keep in mind, I'm also already registered in my state to vote. I'm already registered, so they know who I am. They already have my information. They sent me the absentee ballot request form. I filled it out. I mailed it in. They processed it. They mailed me a ballot. What was nice is, not dealing with the lines, and I'm not even going into the COVID thing. I'm just saying having to not deal with lines was nice. It was very relaxing. I took my time. I was able to read everything that I wanted to read, that I needed to read. And when you go to the polling station, you see the line of people, you're waiting, they're waiting. And when you get in to vote, it's been my experience in the past where you put a little bit of pressure on yourself to kind of rush through it, to hurry, because you want to be respectful and courteous to the people that are still waiting, because they're there to do the same thing you're there to do. Where in this case, by voting by mail, I was able to cast my ballot right from my desk here. And no issues, no nothing. My ballot was counted, as it should have been. There is no reason and no excuse why I can't vote by mail. There is no reason and no excuse that a member, especially the members of our military, they put their lives on the line for us, home and abroad, so that we can enjoy the rights that we have. Now, that's just my opinion, and I know people are going to like it, don't like it. That's fine. Put your comments down below. Hit the like, hit the dislike. You know the spiel. And we'll see you guys in the next one. I still think Biden's going to be our next president. Just saying. Because I don't think those lawsuits are going to get anywhere. Bye.